Hello and welcome to my film review of Miles Ahead, the biopic of Miles Davis starring Don Cheadle. Now this is a free-form improvisational jazz type of a film. The scenes all bleed into and out of one another and the editing's very slick, and structurally it twists and bends back upon itself, which seems like it could be over the top, but it's handled so stylishly and with such energy it works really well. The main plot of the film is about a journalist played by Ewan McGregor who's trying to interview Miles Davis, and it feels manufactured. I don't know much about Miles Davis's life, but I suspect that this entire episode is fabricated for the film. The gunfights and the car chases seem completely out of place, but the way it's handled, you let it slide, even though it does feel very false. Any film about Miles Davis is going to have to be cool, and this one certainly is. The film itself is shot through an almost permanent haze of cigarette smoke, which lends an ethereal quality to it. The film itself, as a whole, feels like the end of a night, when you're peering through the last vestiges of the smoke and you're just slightly more drunk than you were planning to be, and you know you should have been home a few hours ago, but you just don't want the night to end, and so you stick with it. The soundtrack is brilliant. It's fantastic jazz, and it's not overly jazz. Nice. The performances in the film are all absolutely fantastic. Don Cheadle as well is starring in this, directed and produced, and I think he co-wrote it as well. So it's obviously a story that he wants to tell, and has, I suspect, wanted to tell for a long time. So he really invests a lot of himself in this. He has a wonderful laconic way of speaking, like he's thinking everything through, and if you're not going to wait for him to hear what he says, then that's your loss. He doesn't care. And that leads on to the other part of the character he gets very well, is people who are brilliant tend to do what they want because they get away with it. The lead female in this film is played by Emiazzi Corinialdi, and I apologise if I've mispronounced that. She plays Miles Davis' wife and his muse, and she is utterly captivating to watch on screen. She plays a dancer, and her movement and her grace and her strength are phenomenal. It's nice to see a woman in this sort of film who has visible musculature and isn't just been starved to fit into a specific dress size. Yeah, she absolutely owns the screen whenever she is present, and she's completely believable as someone who could be the muse for potentially one of the greatest musicians of the last 100 years. Ewan McGregor pops up in this as the token white guy in a story almost entirely about black culture, and he's energetic enough for Don Cheadle to seem even cooler as Miles Davis, if that was possible. So to sum up this one, very good film, very good film, strongly recommend it. I don't have a rating system for films, but for this one I would say go and see it while you've got a chance. I would get this one sooner rather than later. It's worth it. Thanks for watching.